Good morning and welcome to the Peorian. I'm your host, Paul Gordon. 20 years ago, some people started a program that would celebrate the power of women. And I remember wondering at that time, why should women get a special program just for them? I'm teasing, of course. After all, I celebrate women every day. Just ask my wife. Seriously though, nobody can argue that each sex is unique, that there are a myriad of gender-specific issues, whether health-related, job-related, emotional, or what have you. The Women's Lifestyle Show, now in its 20th year and scheduled for October 29th at the Peoria Civic Center, addresses those issues through classes, seminars, featured speakers, or simply providing a place for women to meet, talk, spend time together. It's usually attended by mothers and their daughters, by 3 or even 4 generations of women from one family, or by friends who just want to spend time together. So what has been the secret of the success of the Women's Lifestyle Show? And what plans are in store for the event as it starts its next 20 years? Dr. Joy Miller, one of the co-founders and co-owners of the event, is our guest today. She'll talk about the show, its past, present, and future, after these messages. Welcome back to the Peorian and our guest, Dr. Joy Miller, a licensed psychotherapist who helped create the Women's Lifestyle Show 20 years ago. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Miller. First, if we could, let's talk about this year's show.
Okay.
Your website calls it 100,000 square feet of celebration and empowerment. Tell us more.
Well, the show takes over the entire Civic Center, which is kind of amazing because we started with just this small little area in the 20 years. We totally take up the entire building, it seems. And we're going to have 2 stages of entertainment. We're going to have seminars. There's over 300, almost 350 vendors. It's going to be quite the day of celebration.
Who are some of your special guests?
Well, first of all, we have Maureen Hancock, and I don't know how many of our viewers out there would be familiar, but she's actually a medium, and she's called the Ghost Whisperer. She has a show on the Style Network. She's an author. She's a motivational speaker. She actually, in her seminar, is going to go through and do readings. But it's not your typical medium. She doesn't tell you what's going to happen in the future. She connects with people in your past, so she talks to ghosts.
Was she what was behind the Ghost Whisperer television show?
She is. She is the actual woman who's behind the show. So we're excited to have her. It's just going to be amazing. I've talked to her, and she seems really pretty amazing. And then we have 2 other celebrities that I think are going to blow a lot of people away, and that's Bill and Juliana Rancic. And I think most people probably know them, especially if you're in the demographics of probably 20 to 40, you've heard of them. She's the host of E-Network News. And she does all the runway shows, the red carpet things on the Globes, the Emmys, etc. And he was the first celebrity apprentice, and I think he went to Bradley his freshman year, and he's done stuff with Donald Trump, and he's opening a restaurant in Chicago.
He's the gentleman that won the first year of The Apprentice.
Yes.
Okay.
Quite an interesting couple, and they also have a TV show on Style Network.
And who else?
Well, we're going to have 20 seminar speakers who will be talking, a lot of community experts, a lot of people from Methodist, and we'll have 3 of their physicians. We have a lot of mental health professionals who are coming, and then, of course, we have all the celebrities who are the vendors who bring so much to our show, and, of course, all our celebrity participants that come. We usually get 12 to 14,000 women, so we have a lot of special people coming. And
Gina Morse is the host.
She is.
How many years has she done this now?
I think Gina has done it. It has to be over 10 or 12 at this point.
Of course, she probably wouldn't want you telling people that, but oh well.
Oh, well, she was 18 when she started.
Okay. The show is 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Correct.
You can fill a whole day with just issues, empowerment issues, is that correct? Or?
I have to tell you that people line up at 7 o'clock.
Wow.
And that by the time I get there at 7 o'clock, there's usually 200 or 300 people already in line, ready to go. When the doors open at 9 o'clock, people rush in and they want to do all sorts of things. We have people that have certain booths that they always want to go to. A lot of the favorites go to the Methodist booth, and they do a lot of health testing. We have a lot of people that run to the Soderstrom booth to have makeovers and all sorts of things there. Everybody seems to have their own little thing that they want to run to first. We're right by the door, so we see a lot of people coming in and out, and it's just amazing. And I have to say that at 4 o'clock, sometimes we're pushing people out.
Wow.
Because they have been there. Typically, people stay anywhere from 4 to 6 hours.
When their ticket gets them into the show, they can then choose what booths they want to go to, what seminars they want to attend. Is that correct?
Absolutely. They spend their day any way they want. We have people that pick out certain seminars that they want to go to, and the rest of the time they could go to the exhibit floor and see whatever they want. Some people like stage presentations. We have people that come every year just for the doggy fashion show. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody has their favorite, and in fact, this year we even have a walk before the show. So we're trying to raise money for CASA, which is for neglected children of the court system, and so they'll be doing their walk before the show. So there's a lot of things going on.
Do you mean inside the Civic Center or outside?
They'll actually be walking around the Civic Center.
On the outside?
On the outside.
How much? How long? Is it a mile or 2
miles? It's going to be about a mile. They'll walk around the Civic Center. For their admission, they will get into the show for free. Okay. They get a T-shirt, and 100% of the proceeds goes to CASA, which is really wonderful.
Can they still sign up for that? Or
they
for how long?
Absolutely can. They can just call CASA and get signed up. In fact, they could probably sign up the day of the show.
Oh, okay. What kind of health screenings can the customers, patrons, what kind of health screens can they get? Well,
I think there's going to be a variety of health screens once again this year. Methodist usually does kind of a full service of everything where you can sign up with them, you can do all kinds of health screening. Proctor usually does the same, as does OSF. So anything from cholesterol, blood, etc., mammogram machine, etc. So typically, people do check with the hospitals first and set up some time. Sometimes you can just go set up a time and come back and get testing done.
Okay. When we come back, we'll talk about the history of the Women's Lifestyle Show, including the impetus behind the show. Stay tuned.